She didn't steal. She didn't hurt anyone. All she did was feed the hungry. So why did the police put her in handcuffs in front of dozens of starving people? This is not just a story of injustice. It's a story of a broken system that punishes kindness. And it might make you question everything you know about what's right and wrong. Meet Deborah Anderson, a 63-year-old retired chef from Florida. Every Sunday for the past 5 years, Deborah loaded up her van with homemade food, rice, beans, chicken, and cornbread, and parked near a local park in Fort Lauderdale. There, she served over 100 homeless people, giving them a hot meal, a smile, and sometimes even a prayer. She called it Soul Food Sundays, and it became a lifeline for many who had nowhere else to turn. But one Sunday in 2024, something unimaginable happened. As Deborah handed a plate to a shivering man with no shoes, 3 police cars pulled up. Officers approached her table and told her she was in violation of City Ordinance 2561, a law that prohibits public food sharing without a permit. She smiled and tried to explain she had done this for years, peacefully, without any problems. But the officers weren't interested in her explanation. Within minutes, Deborah was placed in handcuffs, right in front of the very people she was trying to help. The food? Thrown in the trash. The crowd? Scattered, confused, and heartbroken. Her crime? Feeding the homeless without a permit. Later, in court, Deborah was fined $500 and warned that if she continued, she could face jail time. The city claimed the law was designed to maintain public sanitation and order, but many saw it as a cruel attempt to push poverty out of sight. Deborah refused to back down. She took her story to social media, and within days, it went viral. Over 3 million people watched the footage of her arrest. Hashtags like #LetHerFeed and #CriminalizeCompassion started trending. Protests were held outside City Hall. Thousands of people donated to cover her fines, and more importantly, to help her start a nonprofit, Hands Without Chains, an organization dedicated to feeding the hungry in cities that criminalize public giving. Eventually, the backlash forced the city council to review the law. In a rare win, the ordinance was repealed. But Deborah's story is just one of many. In a world where kindness is sometimes punished, what does that say about us? Why is it easier to arrest someone feeding the poor than to help the poor themselves? Deborah's courage sparked a movement. But there are still hundreds of laws across the world that punish people for simply caring. If this story moved you, share it. Let the world see that compassion should never be a crime. And subscribe for more stories that reveal the truth behind injustice. Because silence helps the oppressor, but stories can change the world.